Mike Pachelli here. Thanks for tuning in. For this lesson, I'll be talking about the Beatles recording of Anna, Go to Him, that they did in February of 1963. The song was written by Arthur Alexander, and apparently it was about his then-wife, who he thought was disappointed that she didn't stay with her ex-boyfriend. It was released as a single on Dot Records in September of 1962, and it was covered by the Beatles in their live gigs because they looked for unknown songs that other local bands would not be doing. They found the record at Brian Epstein's NEMS record department. And the recording is a good example of how the band sounded live. And they played it live at their live shows from December 62 to April 63. They knew the song very well. So when they were in the studio on February 11th, EMI Studio 2, they did 3 takes, and take 3 was the best. They did it live with no overdubs, and the musicianship on the recording was John Lennon on lead vocals playing his J160E, George Harrison playing his duo jet and doing background vocals, Paul McCartney on bass and background vocals, and Ringo on drums. The background vocals did a good job of mimicking the strings on Arthur Alexander's record, and the drums, although it had a squeaky drum pedal, Ringo did a good job of recreating the part played by Nashville drummer Kenny Buttrey. It's a well-known fact that John had a really bad cold during that recording, and he was sucking on Zub throat sweets. And it should be noted that George did a really good job of improving the piano lick that was originally played by Floyd Kramer on Arthur Alexander's record. Fun facts to know and tell. If you listen to the background vocals on the second bridge, where John is singing, "Breaks my heart and leave me sad," George, who is usually singing a B note, which is the major third of the chord G, is anticipating it being a G minor, and he starts off singing close to a B flat, which would be the minor third, and then he slides up to G. Fun fact to know and tell. It was mixed on February 25th, and they recorded it 3 more times. Well, once it was recorded by a 15-year-old student named John Bloomfield at a live show at Stowe School at Roxburgh Hall, and then they recorded it 2 other times for Pop Go the Beatles on June 17th and August 1st. It was released in the UK on the Please Please Me album in March of 1963, and in the USA on an album called Introducing the Beatles in January of 1964. So that's the backstory. Let's get started. George Harrison is playing his Gretsch duo jet on Anna, Go to Him. This is a Gretsch country classic, and I have it plugged into a 1964 Vox AC30. Now, his main riff that he plays over and over again is based pretty much on a D chord like this. Okay? So what he does is he plays the root and the third first, and then he takes the fifth from the fifth to the raised 5 to the 6. And he plays the raised 5 to the 6. Back down to the 5th. So. But he's also holding this high D a lot. So he plays the root and a third. So you see when he's playing the 5th to the raised 5 to the 6th, he's also holding a high D with his pinky. And once in a blue moon, he actually hits that high D when he's going on the third. Sometimes it's. But don't worry about that too much. If you just pretty much play the high D when you're going from the 5 to the raised 5 to the 6, you'll be cool. 1, 2. So the intro is 1, 2. And then the singing begins. Now you'll need just a couple of chords. You're going to need a B minor, voiced like this, an E minor, voiced like this, And then on the bridge, you'll need a G, but he pretty much plays just the second and third string. You'll need a D. You'll need an E. And you'll need an A. I believe those are all the chords. So a verse, let me play a whole verse now. Sounds like this. Let me get a tempo. It's around 110. So here's a verse. 1, 2. Now you'll notice he kind of changes that that riff when he's singing the background harmonies. So he plays that the sixth and the higher root on the downbeat instead of anticipating it like he normally goes. But while he's singing background harmony, he goes. Okay, now verse 2 is exactly the same, but it just changes a little bit after the chords. After the D to B minor, he plays like, he goes like this. He goes, let's see. Then he starts singing and he doesn't play, but he'll play the next time. So we get to the bridge. So now again on the bridge, those chords I showed you, it's just playing up on the G, and I think they're upstrokes. So the bridge is like this. 1, 2. So he does a little walk up there. Back up to the G. 1, 2. Got that? Okay. Now on verse 3, it's 2 measures shorter, and the ending just changes a little bit, where the chords would be like D, B minor to E minor. He just plays notes. So at first he plays on verse 3, he goes 1, 2. Charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it clearer than I can say it or play it. And then he goes back to bridge 2, which is exactly like bridge 1. And then just coming out of verse 4, the ending is a little different on the B minor. That ending goes like 3, 4. Like that. Let me just I'll play you verse 4 going out. Okay, here's verse 4 going out. 1, 2. Again, charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it clear, then I can play it or say it. That's George's part on Anna, Go to Him. John Lennon is playing his Gibson J160E on Anna, Go to Him, and he's got it plugged into his Vox AC15. This is mine, and I'll just keep it mic'd for the lesson, and I plugged it into my Vox for the sound alike. So in order to play the song, you'll need these chords. You'll need a D, a B minor, you'll need an E minor, And one time only on the first verse, he plays A suspended. On the second verse, he makes that a regular A. On the bridge, you'll need a G to a D. You'll also need an E and that A. This is a very simple song to play, which is great. And because on the verses John is singing, he pretty much just plays 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That's pretty much his strum pattern. But on the intro, since he's not singing, he does a little syncopation. So the intro is like this: 3, 4. So that's 1 and 4, 1 and 4. Then on the verses, it's pretty much back to 1, 2, and 3, and 4. It's a lot of that. So I'll just play you a verse. Let's have the metronome. Here's verse 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really easy. And then on the end of verse 2, and again, on the end where the B minor, he just plays an A, so he goes. Coming out of that, he plays, getting ready for the bridge, he goes, okay, very slowly that second ending is. All right, charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make it clearer than I can say it or play it. And on the bridge, continuing basically with just 1, 2, and 3, and 4, all the way through the bridge pretty much. So here's the bridge, 3, 4. All right, then on to verse 3. Again, same pattern, same basic pattern, which is just it's a little 16th note there on that last measure before he goes into bridge 2. That last measure, last two measures of that would be. Back to bridge 2, which is exactly like bridge 1. And so now, let's see, the difference is not much difference. So I'll play verse 4, and on the way out, goes like this. Here's verse 4, 3, 4. If I happen to go too fast, again, charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com will make that perfectly clear. I've put it together in a sound alike so you can see how both guitar parts fit together. So please have a look at this.
free, go with him. All of my life I've been searching for a girl to love me like I love you. But let me tell you now, but every girl I've ever had breaks my heart and leaves me sad. What am I supposed to do? Oh, Anna, just one more thing, girl. You give back your ring to me, and I will set you free. Go with him. Go with him. You can go with him, girl. Go with him.
Those are the guitar parts of George and John for Anna, Go to Him. I suggest you download the charts and tabs at MikePachelli.com, learn both parts, play along with my sound alike, and you'll get it just like the Beatles. And though I say it all the time, I really, really appreciate your consideration in supporting my work that way. So have fun playing this great old song, because that's what playing the guitar should be all about. And until next time, I'm Mike Pachelli. Thanks for hanging out with me.